Hello, welcome to Infinite Method. So today we're actually going to start our first real workout with all of the tools that we've learned in the first 3 fundamental videos. So if you have not watched the first 3 fundamental videos, I would definitely suggest going back and starting with those. They're very short, so it shouldn't be a problem to go back and start with those. So we're going to start on our backs today, and make sure you have your free weights available. So I would recommend, if you're just getting started, 2-3 pounds. You can build up to 5, 8, 10, 12. However, I do not recommend 12s, 10s, or 8s for shoulder, especially if you're a woman, because you don't need to have that extra weight to have strong arms. I personally use 3s and 5s. So you can decide, you'll know if your weight was too heavy, if you have pain in a bad way. So hopefully start light and work up from there. All right, so we'll have our weights to the side. We're gonna start on our back. We're gonna do a little warm up. So we're starting in our neutral spine, arms next to your body. So we're gonna do 12 o'clock scoop, 6 o'clock scoop. So scooping towards your body, but not lifting off the mat. Arching your back up, tilting your pelvis towards your heels, back again. We're gonna do one more like this. Make sure your knees are hip width apart, and you have a foot's distance between your glute and your heel. Now we're gonna do the full scoop and start bridging one vertebrae at a time. So take your time like a string of pearls. Reach your hands to your heels and squeeze high. So if you feel your lower back, that means your heels were too far away. That's why I shifted mine in. If you feel your knees, then your heels are too close and you need to shift them away. Now we're gonna go down one vertebrae at a time. Now remember, right about here, you have to re-scoop to get those lower vertebrae to go down. When you're first starting, it's like a big block, but over time it will start to separate back to a neutral spine. If you're cramping, then loosen it up a little bit. Be a little less strict with each vertebrae and give it a little break. Coming up one more time, reach those hands to your heels. Big breath, remember to breathe, scooping down one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders are back and down. Re-scoop and release back to a neutral spine. Good job. All right, bring your leg up. Circle your ankle, flex and point. If you have tight hamstrings, you'll probably look like this, which is fine. If you're loose, you can extend the other leg down. Nice. Bend that leg, place that down, extend the other leg up. Depending on your flexibility, modify for yourself. Circle your foot, point and flex, circling around. Nice. Bend the knees. You're going to put your arms away from your body now, and we're going to tilt our knees over to the right as you look over to the left. Do a nice big breath. Exhale, pull the shoulder to the left, pull the knees to the right. Bring it back to neutral. And other side, dropping the knees to the left. Reaching the arms to the right. Pull long, big breath. And bring the legs back to a neutral spine. And arms next to your body. Good job. All right, we're going to extend the right leg. We're going to do 5 swift kicks. You're going to flex the foot, and you want to push that left hip and heel into the floor. Reach your arms long. 2, exhale, kick. Inhale down. Don't let it touch. Inhale down. One more. Good job. Switching legs. Exhale up. Flexed foot. Push into the right hip and heel. Try not to let your body move, just the leg. And one more. Good job. All right, we're going to extend the arms back. Now remember, pull the ribs down as you reach back. Your arms are very straight. Don't let them bend. You're gonna inhale your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, rounding up. Grab behind your thigh and give a nice little pull. Good. Reach. Ribs down. Inhale. Exhale, up. Pull. Shoulders are back and down. And reach. Inhale. Exhaling up. Pull. Good. Neutral spine here. And pull. And angel arm around next to your sides, and we're going to one knee at a time bring your legs up and give them a nice pull to your chest and sway from side to side. So a nice little trick I'm going to teach you right now with this pull, especially if you have lower back tightness and pain, is when you bring your knees up to you, you turn your pelvis down towards your the mat like a 6 o'clock scoop, and by pulling this way and then pulling your pelvis the opposite way, you'll feel the extra stretch and pull, and you'll feel the extra stretch and pull in the flexors too, which is a big part of the tightness. Good job. All right, so now we're going to start some ab work. So we're going to clasp our hands together and place them behind our skull. So make sure you're not on your neck. You're holding the big part of your skull, which is a good 8 pounds. Bringing the knees up. So we're going to keep our neutral spine. You're going to exhale as you extend opposite arm to elbow. But remember, the elbows stay back. And 2. So I'm reaching my leg long every time. The higher up you kick, the easier it will be. The lower you kick, harder it will be. So you decide based on keeping your neutral spine. If you're down here and it starts to tilt, then it's too low. Good. All right, we're going to do crunches and scoops. So remember, it's that little scoop and a little crunch. So you let it release and come right up. Exhale, inhale down. 2 and 3. This should burn right away. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Now we're going to extend the right leg and do a straight leg pull, 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 switch, pull, pull. Look, my shoulders are back and down. My neck is my fist from my chest. Pull, pull. So if you're tight, it's fine if your legs are bent, and you just reach as high up as you can, keeping the good form here. Really try to separate the legs out. So be sure to be doing that. 1 more. Good. So relax, feet down, sway from side to side. Remember, take breaks when you need to, especially if you have neck and shoulder issues too. So make sure you're doing that. All right, we're going to grab one of our weights. You're going to grab the edge like this, and you're going to straighten your arms up. So we're going to start with the modification, which is the right knee up. Exhale, extend, crunching up. So keep your neutral spine, reaching long, crunching up. Reach and crunch. Extend, so pull those ribs down. Keep those arms straight. Extend long. Push into that left hip and heel. Reach and switching sides. Exhaling up. Extend. Long neck. Shoulders pulled back and down. Reach that leg every time. 2 more. So in the future, if you don't want to do this as a warm-up or you want more, you can do both knees. However, you have to be really careful you're keeping good form with your pelvis when both legs are going away. And remember, for some of you, it might be like this small. So, or you can kick higher like this, and over time you'll get lower. Good job. All right, take a rest. Always sway the knees in between. Good. Now you're going to grab your other weight, and we are going to do some chest. So there's 2 types of chest that we do here. with our free weights, there's flies and there's presses. So flies are harder than presses. We'll start with presses. So presses, your elbows are straight out from your shoulder. You have a 90-degree angle. You're reaching up together in between your chin and chest, and then you bring it down. So if you're doing a fly, you have a wider range, your palms face up. And when you come up, you keep that round like you're hugging a ball. So because it goes further away from your body with the arm up, you're using a different part of your pec, and it's going to be a bigger stretch. So make sure you start light and build up. All right, so if you want to make it harder, you're going to bridge up. And we'll be doing chest here. Next way to make it harder is to extend the leg straight up. So you'll be getting a lot of right hamstring. And then to make it even harder, you can put the leg flush with the other one. So that will be your hardest. So build up. You definitely aren't ready if your bridge is this low to the ground. So if you're up high, then you're here or here. Otherwise, build up to the higher bridge, and then you can start doing the one leg. All right, bring that leg down. Switch legs. Otherwise, now we're going to do presses for a second set, regardless if in your bridge, if you're modifying. So if you're not, you're pushing through that hip and squeezing that glute to keep that bridge high. And then your leg is here if you're doing a more advanced move, and the leg is straight and strong. One more. Put down. Good. So you can place your weights here, bring your knees up, but if you need to help, you can do that, or put your weights down. Very good. We're going to do one more here. So we're going to do a tricep now. So with tricep, you're going to extend your arms straight up. The palms are facing each other. From your shoulder to your elbow, you do not move. You bend at the elbow and you extend the arms up without moving the upper arm at all. So that's where you have to be strict. So you don't want to be bobbing around like this, right? So it's locked down. So again, you can come up into a bridge, exhaling up, 2. So make sure your bridge, your hip width apart. Make sure your knees aren't spread too wide, because that's a way to get out of a flexor stretch. So squeeze those glutes. We're going to do 5 more. Exhaling up. Pick the belly. And last one. Bringing them down. Rounding down slowly. Place your weights down next to you and hug your knees up to your chest. Good job. All right, so now we're going to flip around into tabletop. And it's always a good idea in between going from your back to your tummy to stretch back into child's pose and give it a nice stretch there. Good. All right, so I'm going to teach you the balance work that we do in tabletop doing our free weights. So first, let's start with a really good tabletop. So knees hip width apart, hands directly under your shoulder with spread fingers, which helps with wrist issues. So see how my back has a nice little curve right here, and I'm not rounded up. However, if you have that, then you want to try to drop that down as much as possible. And the other thing that will happen right away as soon as we start lifting the weight is your body's going to want to go back. So that is something you're going to definitely want to avoid. So we all need to start on the same hand. So you're going to grab your weight in your left hand and you're in tabletop. All right, so this is the first way and easiest way to modify. The next one is to extend your right leg and keep the foot down, okay? The next one is to lift the leg and keep it up. So as soon as we lift this arm, you want to shift the weight to your left knee to help keep you in a nice squared position for core. So we're going to do a row. So you're going to bring your shoulder and squeeze it to your spine as your elbow comes up, and then you're going to inhale down. Your head's neutral, so you'll exhale and inhale. So if you're modifying, you're here or here, but be careful when you row up not to go back. So lock your core down If you have your leg up, make sure it's straight and the hips facing down. If it's not, it's gonna look like this and it's gonna send you falling over. All right, so we'll do a few more. And one more. Good, so cross that over to the other side and stretch back into the shoulder. So what I'm gonna teach you now is a little added bonus move that creates an oblique grab while you're doing that row. So we're gonna switch to the other arm, and I'll show you on this side how it's done. And it doesn't matter how you modify your legs. So I'm gonna do this. Remember, you're gonna shift your weight. Sorry. You definitely want the opposite arm and leg going. So you're gonna extend your left leg straight or down, and you have the weight in your right hand. Okay, now that we've established that the hip is down. Remember, you don't wanna have your hip up. Okay, so when you're rowing, an added bonus is to do up here a little twist in the rib. Notice how my pelvis is still straight and I didn't twist my body like that. So all I did was at the top do a little turn, and that makes for a serious oblique. Little bonus. So exhaling up, squeeze that shoulder blade. Remember, keep that weight shifted forward. Keep that weight on the right knee and left hand evenly. A couple more. Pointing toe reaching. Good job. Cross over and stretch it back. Beautiful. All right, so I like to do this same thing with tricep kickbacks. So we'll start here, elbow high. So lock that down into your body. So make sure you're all the way up here with your hand so that every time it's a full range and it bends. So remember, this part does not move, it's on lockdown. And so if you want to make it harder, you're going to extend that left leg. So you're going to be here or here. And we're doing kickbacks. So shoulders are back and down. Exhaling back. Tuck the belly on the exhale. Try not to fall back towards your foot. 2 more. Good job. All right, to stretch a tricep, you go palm up. And that allows for the tricep to stretch, and that tricep getting too tight causes a lot of issues here and into the neck. So it's important to stretch that, so make sure your palm is facing up. So nice little secrets to know. All right, we're gonna switch to the other side. Hands, the left hand has the weight, the right leg's extended, elbow high, kicking back, exhaling back. So remember, both shoulders are pulled back and long down your back. Tuck the belly on the exhale. If you have a heavier weight, you'll probably go a little slower, but my weight is lighter. I'm going faster. Good job. All right, remember the palm faces up and you're crossing over. So if you're used to weight training, you can do 12 pounds, 8 pounds for a woman, I like to say, regardless of how strong you are, just because if you build bulky muscles, you have to maintain bulky muscles, and when they aren't maintained, they kind of look like fat. So it's better to keep long, lean muscles with the lighter weights, which is what I use in my method. All right, great job there. So now we're going to come to our knees. So if you have a wood floor, you might want to double up your mat because it can be a little much. If you have knee issues and you absolutely cannot be on your knee, then you can stand up and do this standing up. All right, so we're gonna come up to our knees and we're going to put the weight here, and you're gonna exhale and extend the weight away. Now, the cheat is to fall back, so you don't wanna do that. You wanna keep the scoop, and you're exhaling away and inhaling back. Now, this work gets really tough if you lift up the feet for balance. You have to keep the scoop. So that's that 12 o'clock scoop. So you're keeping that scoop, shoulders are back and down, trying not to move your body. Use your core. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be good enough. Couple more. And one more. Nice. Stretch it back and extend the arms long. Great job. All right, we're gonna place that to the side and we're gonna go to our belly. So we're gonna reach our arms long. So you're having a neutral spine and a neutral head. We're going to do right arm and left leg extensions and then alternate sides. So remember, you're gonna lift from your shoulder and your glute. So the right arm, left leg, alternate left arm, right leg. So notice how my hip bone and my pubic bone is down. My leg is straight because I lifted from the glute and I didn't lift from the foot. And I'm pulling long and away towards the wall. All right, so right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. So go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 3 more. Good job. Bring the hands back and round back into child's pose. Breathe into it. Nice. All right, now we're going to go down to our forearms and we are going to do some glute work. So we're going to bring our leg up so that it's perpendicular parallel to the floor there. We're going to do little teeny contractions. So remember, it's not this, which is your knee and your thighs doing the work. It's a contraction and a letting go. So it's about 1 inch. So just think of that right glute squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Okay, and now we're gonna come up onto our hands and we're gonna go straight out to the side. So you're gonna shift the weight to that hand so that you don't pop over to the opposite side. Good. Now we're going to tuck, point the toe, cat, and extend. Squeeze the glute. So exhale, inhale, reach. Tuck everything, scooping up, extend long. Pull that heel down. And we'll do one more. Good job, stretch it back. So you can drop over to the right side and reach over to the left to get into that right hip a little better. Good, and then we're gonna switch over to the other side. All right, so we're gonna start down on our forearms and we're gonna bring up our heel. So we're gonna start with little teeny contractions. So we're squeezing the glute. Remember, try not to use the knee too much. Okay, bringing that down, coming up to tabletop. So we're hinging. Put the weight on the hand, the knee hinging, so that you keep your square body, neutral spine. Tuck the belly on the exhale. Good, now we're gonna go cat, tucking the knee in, cow, extending and squeeze. Exhale, and inhale, pull that hip down, squeezing up, reach, scoop, and extend. And 2 more. Up, and last one. Good job, stretch it back. All right, we're going to lie on our sides. So you can either be here with your arm, you can lie down like this, whatever's comfortable for you. If you're up like this and you're tight and you look like you're like this, then you're too high, and it's best to modify like that. And over time that will stretch. But okay, so we're gonna just work on hips opening. So we're gonna open up, keeping the hips square. We're gonna go knee to knee, heel to heel. So hip socket only work, the pelvis is not moving. So you're exhaling up, inhaling forward. Good. 2 more. Good. Now we're going to bring the knee to the chest and extend it away. So if you have your leg forward in the socket, your heel will lead, and that way you'll get this abductor instead of getting the thigh. Good. Now we're going to straighten the leg, and it's in a straight line from your body. You're going up and down. This front hand is supporting your pelvis, staying straight. The leg's still turned forward in the socket. I don't like to do too many of these. Once it starts to kind of burn, I stop, because if you go beyond that, it tends to turn into a sciatica issue, which we don't want. All right, we're going to go into sailor stretch now. So you're going to rest down on your bicep muscle. You're going to look out to sea, so your thumb is wrapped around your head and temple. We're going to roll the upper body back as the knees go forward. Inhale, exhale, drop. One more, inhale, exhale, pull the shoulder and elbow to the floor. Pull the knee away from you and bringing it forward. All right, we're going to go to the other side. So hands in front. You're going to hinge. Try to keep the pelvis straight. Knee to knee. Heel to heel. Exhaling up. Inhaling forward. Two more. Good. Now we're bringing the knee in and kicking up. So remember, the legs still turn forward in the socket. And now we're going to go straight leg. Keep that heel forward. I'm sure at some point one of you will count, and it probably will not be perfect. So I'm going to put that out there right now, that it is not a perfect world, because I love to cue the whole time to make sure you have good form. And as best as I can, I try to count as I'm doing that, which is a skill that I've pretty much mastered, with 1 or 2 maybe imperfections. So every once in a while you might do a little more on one side. Okay, so we're going to roll it back now. So you're going to roll back, stretch, pull that knee away from you, pull that elbow and rib down, and again. And bring that back. Very nice. All right, we are going to lie on our backs. Hug your knee up to your chest. Pull your tailbone down as you're pulling them tight. You're going to put your left ankle on your right knee and grab your right thigh and pull through. We're going to stretch and end the workout for today. So the next workout I do, I'll do different things, and we'll stand up also and have free weights, and sometimes we'll use a chair. I'll prompt you to grab that stuff at the beginning. Eventually I'm going to be adding the TRX strap and the Bosu ball, but we're going to ease into those things. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Right ankle on your left knee, grab through your left thigh. Pull towards you. Breathe into that right hip. So what the plan will be is that if you want a longer workout, that, say for instance, the next video I do, you could do this video and then just jump on and do that next video. I do have a couple longer videos that are on my channel, but I'm going to do the mix and match of the shorter videos for the future, and then build up to the longer videos over time. Good job. All right, so we're going to extend the left leg down and extend the right leg up for hamstring stretch. I'm going to do just light stretching and not do tons and tons of stretching with each one, but I will always do the hips and hamstrings like we're doing, because they always need it, and flexors. However, if you're tight, I recommend extending the stretch. And in the future, I will do a video that is just a stretch session for 10 minutes. And that's the kind of stretch I do for my personal training clients. At the end of our session, I'll do a whole series of stretches on them that will pretty much get every muscle in the body. And I think that is so key and crucial to sustainability. So I will teach you how to stretch. And you can add that stretch series to your workout at the end. So you could combine the 2 videos or 3 videos and then do the stretch video at the end, and then you have the perfect blend. So we're going to end with a butterfly stretch and coming forward. So you can round at the head too. I should have said we're going to end with one more stretch. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So I like to do the hip flexor stretch on our sides for the people who have knee issues and can't be on their knee. So you can extend the bottom leg straight and you grab the shin or whatever you can and pull back. I know some people can't grab their shin at all. And what I do with my clients that are more limited is I just have them put the foot down and just lean the best you can. And if none of this is possible for you, then you will stand up and stretch a different way, which I will show you on the stretch video. Good job. All right, other side. Extending the leg out and pulling through. Nicely done. All right, so we are done for our workout today. Please drink a lot of water, and please like my video and subscribe to my channel if you are new, and spread the word to your friends. Remember, this is for all ages. It's great for rehabs, modifications, for different surgeries. It's for everyone. So I look forward to seeing you next time, and have a great day. Bye-bye.